Welcome back to the His and Hers podcast, episode 75.
Woo woo!
75 episodes,
That's
man.
amazing. That's amazing.
That is a lot of episodes.
Oh my God.
Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good morning or
Yes.
whenever you're listening to this podcast, I guess. Today was a good day, man. Today was a good day, and I'm going to tell you why.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Story time.
First of all, Grand Theft Auto 6 going to be released. It's been announced.
I keep hearing about this.
It's been announced.
It is very
It's
exciting.
legit. It's coming. We're back.
When?
I don't remember.
How
the
you
day.
gonna make this
I don't remember the
announcement?
day, but
You
it's
don't
coming.
even know.
It's coming. They're gonna have more information.
Oh, great,
but it's
you guys.
coming.
David is of such use
coming.
right now. He's so
All right?
knowledgeable.
Well, here's why. Okay, and then here's why I'm befuddled.
Ooh, I
All
like
right.
the word.
Thank you.
Cool.
Word of the day.
Befuddled.
Also, I just found this out.
What? Say it.
A very, very good movie from our childhood. They're coming with a fifth one.
A fifth one?
Yep.
I immediately think Fast and Furious, but there's like way more than 5.
Nope, it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
The fifth one. Big part of our childhoods. Now, we lived in like different times.
down,
Okay.
calm
So
down.
like your childhood isn't necessarily.
You're not that much younger than me, okay?
Yes,
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
You
grew up
are
on this
my
movie.
viejito.
Guaranteed
Okay.
you grew up on this movie. You remember when it came out.
Rugrats? No.
No.
I remember when it came out. Can you give me another
Well, that's
hint?
funny because Rugrats came out way before this movie came out.
Okay, well, give me another hint. Give me another hint.
All right, fine. He's big and green.
He's big and green.
Yes. He's got a sidekick that is a donkey. And his name
Shrek?
is Donkey. Yeah. It's going to be a Shrek 5, apparently. There's going to be a Shrek 5. I don't know if it's confirmed,
love
but it looks like there's
Shrek.
going to be a Shrek 5.
Aww.
Yeah.
Why are you lying? You were not a little kid when that came out, okay? You were definitely a teenager.
I was not a
Just
teenager.
kidding.
I was a tween.
Aw, that
was
was
a
close.
tween.
Tween.
Yes.
Tween David. Oh, I
then-
bet you were annoying.
Oh, yeah. If you think I'm annoying now.
From your sisters? Yeah, they be telling me the same thing.
Like they're not annoying. Shit, they need to get out. Hold on. There was another thing. Hold up. And The Boys season 4.
Oh,
coming out.
snap.
I've been waiting for that for forever.
Really?
Yes.
You know what's
I
coming
love
out that
The
I've been
Boys,
waiting
man.
for? I know, you do.
Love that show.
You do.
So good. Probably like my favorite superhero show.
Oh, wow. That says a lot. Yeah, we had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah.
Okay. When is it coming out?
I don't know.
Okay.
But here's what I did see though. They're gonna do like 4 episodes and then do like a mid-season break
Oh.
from like
Weird.
from like the end of November to like late April.
With your track record with dates in this episode, I'm just gonna like go ahead
Give or
and ignore
take.
that
Give
timeline.
or take.
You know what else is coming out?
What?
Hunger Games.
Oh yeah.
Hunger Games. I'm very
Yeah.
interested to see because that girl that everyone don't like right now from Snow White, what's her name? Rachel Zegler.
I didn't even know
She's
that was
in
her.
that movie. Yes.
Man.
And I'm really excited to see it. Yeah, I was so obsessed with them books. Oh, I was so obsessed
you
with
were
Hunger
reading them
Games.
before
I was,
the movies came out.
Man.
I remember that. What?
man, we have been together for a fucking long ass time.
I'm telling you, a long time. We were together when the first Hunger Games movie came out.
Yeah, we went to go see it.
Yeah, and you're
together.
like, we gotta go see this. I was like, what?
Oh,
the
I'm so
fuck
fucking
is
excited. I'm
this?
so excited. But I'm just really interested to see how this is gonna play out because don't nobody like her right now. Like,
The actress?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
those interviews were
she's very abrasive with the whole. What was it? Snow White?
yeah.
It's like Snow White is not gonna be white. Snow White's not gonna be sleeping. She's not gonna have no pets. There's gonna be no dwarves. There's gonna be no apple. No
Dude.
witch.
I'm on no storyline
There's gonna
at
be
this
no
point.
man.
What are you talking about?
And I was like, so it's not Snow White then? Like, just call it something else.
It's something else entirely.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like
It's like, she's not gonna kiss no man.
And then they asked her. I think the biggest thing was like they asked her, you know, like the basic question, babe. If you're in this movie, and somebody was like, "Hey, did you used to like watch this all the time when you were a kid?" What are you gonna say?
Yeah, of course, I love it.
My God, it was such a treasure in my heart.
Staple
Yes, it was
of my
so
childhood,
amazing.
yes.
I watched it every day. Like, come on.
Yeah, it would be like if they remade Lion King. They're like,
It's
there's gonna be no
marketing. What are you
lions.
doing?
There's gonna be no kings. There's not gonna be a jungle.
It was just her attitude. She was like, no, I actually
know.
like hated it and like
okay.
never wanted to watch it again. She's like, I threw the VHS out the fucking window.
Are they still doing that movie?
Yeah, well, okay, so there's this whole thing going on right now where it's been delayed from the last time I checked. Okay, you guys let me know down below. But the last time I checked, they are delaying it.
I don't know why they got to remake everything. Like they're remaking Mean Girls too, but it's like the same exact movie. It's like the same exact storyline.
I haven't looked into it.
I saw the preview for it today. It's
really?
the same exact storyline.
I was really excited about it. Did you see the commercial that had them?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that got me so excited.
Last week I said, I was like, oh, they're probably going to make a new Mean Girls.
We did talk about that.
But like, I didn't think they were just going to remake the same movie.
We'll have to see, babe. Like,
I'm telling you, the preview is like, it's the same exact movie. It's the same exact storyline.
What?
And down to like the outfits, like they got the burn book. It's the same thing. They're doing the whole like Christmas Santa Claus suits at the end. Like it's got like the mom. It's got Regina George. Like it's the same characters. Tina Fey and Tim Meadows. They play the principal and the teacher again. Like they play the same characters.
It's nostalgia, babe. Why are you so mad? Why are you so pissed?
I'm not mad. I'm just like confused. Why did you have to just? I thought they were gonna make like a continuation of the first one. The first one was so good.
I don't know, because sometimes when you do that and like all of a sudden like I don't know, it's just let's just wait it out and see. Let's just wait it out.
I'll give it a shot, but the first one was so good. I don't know why you had it. It's like if they remade Scarface. Like,
you know what? You are correct in that. You were correct in that.
Like no matter how old that movie is, like you really don't have to remake it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I just think Mean Girls, especially for that time, it just worked.
It was
so
good.
Well.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
Like that was a time when like comedy movies were the shit.
Yeah.
But now you don't really get like great comedy movies. Like there's no new comedy movies that are good. You know, like
you know what else came out that
movies.
I want to see with Julian is Five Nights at Freddy's. So Julian's been playing this game for like ever.
Yeah.
And when I remember when he first played it and he was like, Mom, look at this game. And I saw him like running around this pizza place and it literally looked like Chuck E. Cheese. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. I was like, why would you be scared of this? But then as he started getting into it, the jump scares are terrifying.
Yeah.
And so there's like a whole lore about.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, and like Julian explained it to me. Like
it is so in depth.
I was like, damn.
There are so many characters, and there's a lot to keep up with. But like essentially, like it's just like souls of children that are in these animatronics, and some of them like are actual decaying bodies and stuff like that. And like a child's head got munched on by one of the animatronics, and like there's like this evil guy that was like experimenting, and the kids were going missing. So as a result, well, some people it's allegedly, as a result, all of a sudden, Chuck E. Cheese is destroying their animatronics and saying like it's not going to be a part of their brand anymore to have the animatronic concert, you know?
Yeah.
And they are destroying them. They're literally like taking a hammer, like destroying them.
Even Chucky got freaked out.
I'm
I ain't taking no chances.
But I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know why. Even when I was a kid, were you ever like creeped out by those things? I was so creeped out by what? I used to just think about them sitting behind that curtain. Like it was just, you know, when the curtain would come up for the show, like that.
But you got
in my mind was so creepy.
Of being afraid of statues.
I do. Yeah, and that's not far off. And I hated it when like I had my birthday party there, and my cousins would have their birthday parties there, and you know you have to stand up there for the stupid concert. Oh my God, I hated it.
You had to stand up there? I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, my mom would have us all line up for the cousin picture, and we'd have to like stand up there with the thing like, right there. And I just hated it. But there,
I didn't like them. I just didn't like the way they moved. They were just like
things
the
are
mouths were moving
creepy.
Like, even with the words, I was like, these are terrible.
So I started like digging into this. you know?
Uh-huh.
And have you ever seen one of them things without its outside? Like just the inside, the metal pieces. It is
like a robot.
The most horrifying. It looked like the big
like a skull,
eyes,
kind of with
like,
no skin.
Yeah, kind of. And then like the arms, they're kind of like this shape.
Yeah,
like an L. And it's so creepy.
It is a very creepy concept. Whoever came up with it, it's a pretty creepy concept, man. Because like, being trapped in there after hours with nobody around.
Yes, you see?
That part is scary, yeah. Although, when I was a kid, there was a movie where like this kid stayed overnight in a mall by hiding out.
I was just going to say that would be another really creepy
No,
place.
he had the time of his life. It was amazing.
No.
Yeah, he was just,
with all the mannequins in there, do you know how creeped out I would be? I would be the... No.
What? Like on I Am
to
Legend?
Be in a huge...
So when you watched I Am Legend, like the scariest part was when he walked into the
I hated
video
that.
rental store and
when
he
would
was
talk
talking
to the mannequins, I hated it. Why would you... No. And then, like, at one point, you remember when, like, one of them moved and he was like, how'd you move? Even he freaked out.
Fred? Talking about Fred?
Yeah, Fred. Because...
No.
That's fine. Is that shit's fucking creepy. No. Or, like, oh my gosh. Like, the mall at night seems horrifying.
That seems fun. I don't know what you're talking about. You get to ride the train all night?
No, but you have to imagine it, babe. It's dark. There is no like stop it with the whole lights and it's gonna be like a mall.
They got emergency lights in there.
Okay, maybe
it's a
just like a
building.
few.
They have EM lights.
Maybe like a few. What I'm saying, a lot of dark corners, a lot of dark space.
Yeah, maybe. It'd be
and in the actual stores themselves, hell no.
It'd be kind of creepy though.
That would be so creepy. Schools at night.
School
terrible.
At night? Oh. Being in school extra hours, that sounds like hell to me.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Where else? An amusement park at night? Forget about it. If it's like closed or shut down.
That scares you?
Like an abandoned amusement park?
Well, yeah, that's different than if you're just like at Illich's.
No, like a shut down one. Well, yeah, at Illich's walking around like in the middle of the night. Are you crazy?
Yeah,
yes,
I wouldn't be at Lakeside. No.
See, that is absolutely not happening.
Lakeside, fuck no. They got wooden
and I think that like
coasters.
these places are actually scarier than being at like a cemetery at night. Like these places are. Yes,
cemetery's way more scary.
That is such a lie.
Are you kidding me?
That is such a lie.
How?
I just feel like these places are just.
Cemetery. No, you step on the wrong grave. Boom. Curse.
Have you ever had a creepy experience at a cemetery to be talking with this much confidence?
No, because I don't go to cemeteries for that reason.
But how do you know if it's creepy or not?
It's a cemetery. What do you mean? You would hang out at a cemetery after dark?
No. Because I know it's creepy.
Where would you rather be?
What I'm saying
a cemetery
is,
after dark or at Illich's after dark? Or at Flatirons Mall. Which one would you rather be at?
At the cemetery, because I'm outside, I can run. Like, what if you're locked in these places? Hell no.
Nah, you're not going to be locked in.
Well, then how would you be just stuck in there? You can't be stuck in a cemetery. You could walk out. You could hop the fence.
Just walk out the Macy's, you know? They got emergency exits everywhere. You'd be able to get out. Might set off a fire alarm, but whatever.
What is a fire alarm?
Fire alarm.
The fire alarm?
I'm struggling.
It's your Denverite, man. Heavy.
But yeah, I would rather be at the mall. You'd be inside. They got food.
You just want to be stealing. I don't understand why you're trying to sugarcoat this.
I'll be playing all the video games.
What video games? That's the other thing that I want to talk to you about. Babe, we are ruining the next generation. I don't know what happened. Can you guys tell me what happened? I talked to I call him Juju.
You talked to Juju?
We call him Juju. No, I talked to Julian the other night, right? Because I kept hearing that like Gen Z, they don't like do the same things that we used to do. Right. For example, clubbing is dying. Kids don't want to club no more.
Clubbing's
so then
stupid.
I was like, no way. And so I talked to Julian and he was like, actually, clubs seem pretty lame. And I was like, to the windows, to the wall. Are you serious? Like,
I think they got it right.
In a club Everything was about popping bottles in the club. Like, what are you talking about?
I hated clubs.
Okay, babe, but like, you were a special case, and you met me in the club. So, like, how does that work?
But you should have seen the work it took to get me to the club that night. Like, I did not want to go. I don't like clubs.
I was looking. So you're telling me that as a teenager,
I think they got it right. Yeah.
As a teenager, you were not interested in going to the club.
Not really.
I was so excited to go to a club.
I wasn't like a fan of clubs. Like, I have friends that like all the way up until like we were like 25, 26, they were getting like bottles every weekend. I'm like, it seems like such a crazy waste of money.
No, but like when you're freshly out in the world, you know, a hub spot where it's hot music, where it's good drinks, where it's like bunch of people your age.
I don't like the music that was out. I was like, I don't like it. It was like techno-y.
Yeah,
like
David that night was the guy that was dropping off his demo. Okay.
Yeah, it was. I had some guy. We're gonna do a show, but yeah. So I had to drop off like my friend's music and shit.
I think when done right, clubs were so much fun.
Clubs they're cool, but to do it every weekend, I think is a lot.
Well, nobody's saying every weekend, but to know that like there's no clubs popping hardly anymore, that's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
I think they probably. What were the reasons? If I had to guess, let me guess. Was it a waste of money? Is that like what because I could see that, like, yeah. Drinks are like super way overpriced.
Yes, but like you're paying for the experience.
Yeah.
And this was okay, but I also get it because back then we had no other means of meeting people.
Yeah, now you got like all the dating apps.
Yes,
and shit.
So like, what is the point? That was the point of us going to the club,
right? Yeah, like really no other reason. Like once we got together, I was like, why do like, our friends would be like, let's go to a club? And I'm like, for what? I
love to dance. I love being on the dance floor.
What it is, like when you go to the club as like a couple and you go like maybe another couple, what happens is for girls, they hear, oh, let's go to the club, we'll dance. And they'll dance with the girlfriends.
Right.
And you and the other guy, what you guys do is you guys just get bumped into constantly for the next 3 hours. And try not to fight anybody. It's pretty much what you're just a human shield, so these girls can dance in peace on the dance floor, and they're just oblivious to all of it going on.
As you should.
And I'm just getting bumped into people spilling drinks, like unpaid security. That is pretty much the experience.
You get paid in other ways. Okay, don't say unpaid.
Only reason
caught you off guard there, didn't I?
Only reason I did it.
I knew it.
So yeah, that's pretty much. But like, yeah, if you're gonna go as a single person, it's a little bit more tolerable.
So fun with my girls out there on the dance floor.
Going to the club as a girl is probably a lot more fun because you get the
not always,
because you get the free drinks.
Well, yes,
you guys get doted on. Like you guys get in for free.
Sometimes we get stalked. Okay.
Yeah, but small price to pay. Just kidding. After last episode, like I couldn't imagine.
They're pros and cons, and then you're more prone to getting into a fist fight when you go to a club.
You guys get to do all the rejecting.
No, we are more prone to get into a fist fight. There have been so many. Come on now. For like no reason, where like it would just be like my girls would all of a sudden be in a fight, or I would all of a sudden like girls would just be catching attitude, you just drinking or whatever.
Because like when you're a guy at the club, you like want to fight somebody, you got to always kind of like factor in the possibility like, all right, this guy might shoot me,
Yeah.
Well, how much do I want?
You have to factor in with the girls like. There's a possibility that I might get jumped because, like, that's just how girls were. Like that one time that my brother literally had to stop girls from trying to jump me in the bathroom.
Yeah, and girls are crazy because
for no reason, because they were rubbing up on you. That you were the whole cause behind that entire thing.
Was there?
Yes, because this girl was all behind you, literally rubbing on your back. And then she had the nerve and the gall and the audacity to turn around and start literally bouncing her ass on you. And you, because you're just used to being bumped into,
I didn't know. I was like, Jesus Christ.
And
I was probably just mad.
And it's whole nalgas all up and down your back. But before that, babe, I saw her and I kept seeing her. And her group of funky friends were like over in another area. And she was the only one coming over near us and our friends. And she kept getting behind you. And I could see her. I could see everything that she was doing. And I kept putting myself in front of you. And she kept she would like disappear out of my view. And then before I knew it, the little munchkin girl was right behind you. I was like, what is it?
The whole time I'm just agitated.
And then my brother has to bust into the bathroom and be like, you fucking bitches, get the fuck out.
Yeah, no, girls are crazy, man.
Girls are, yes.
Because you guys will like put your fingers in your butts and then like scratch each other's eyes out and shit.
What?
Yeah.
No.
You guys are crazy.
What? No.
You guys are crazy.
It's just like.
Like, enjoy this infection, bitch. Ah.
You know what it is?
We are just swords on the end of your fingers.
It's very intense. It either goes intensely wrong or intensely right, or we'll be crying in the bathroom, telling each other how beautiful the other one is and how much we deserve in life, or we're like beating each other's ass and trying to like fuck up the whole club.
There you go. So it's not hard to understand why Gen Z doesn't want to go through all that.
But it was about the experience.
Okay. Hey, man, if you don't need to go to the club, I totally
Because I was like, all right, Julian, like, what would you want to do instead? And he was like, I mean, I guess just like hang out at somebody's house.
You know, Gen Zs, they're like older. They're like boomers.
I keep hearing that.
They're like boomers, but they're just like, they got Snapchat or whatever. Like it's the same thing. They're like tomato. It's like if my grandparents figured out Facebook, you know, like that's pretty much what Gen Z is.
It's just sad.
They don't drive.
No, they don't.
This is probably good, man. Like, I get it. Like, financially, probably makes more sense.
It does. They are way more fiscally responsible. I will say
they don't give a fuck. They're like, shoot, I'll live at home,
bro. We used to live like paycheck to paycheck. You hear me? But we will bring the last $20.
Yeah, car payment's stupid. I don't blame you. And then the insurance.
Oh, you know the
gas.
other thing that he thought was stupid?
What?
He has a party to go to this weekend, right? It's a birthday party, and they're having a party bus, and he don't want to go. And I was like, why? And he was like, it sounds lame, like that, just like that, lame. I was like, why? You know,
I mean,
like anything fun.
A party bus when you're like 15 years old.
That seems like so much fun.
I don't mind a party bus.
That seems
because
like
you're
so
with
much
your
fun.
friends and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that
people
seems
you know.
like so much fun.
And like you got alcohol on there. If you're
My God.
But if you're 15, there's no alcohol. It's like, what's the point? And you're not meeting new people. And you're going like, what is it? His friends?
It's like, I think a family, a cousin or something.
Cousin? Yeah, and you're going with your cousins, even worse.
Yeah, but his cousin has other friends and stuff. He has the ability to meet new
dudes.
people. It's just about like the experience. Life is about experiences
I guess,
and memories. And you cannot just be in the house all the time, my loves. Okay?
Hey, I don't blame you. If I could, I would be home all the time. Going to the clubs, not fun.
It just...
Maybe a bar. Bar is...
Yeah, I think
it's not so hectic, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it's not...
I started appreciating bars as I got older.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be like a part of the clubs as much, but it's because I already experienced it. Okay? That's why.
Do you remember that foam? What was it? We went to like some...
Oh, yeah. It was like a rave. We went to a full-on rave with your sister.
I was like, oh.
Oh, my
and like,
goodness.
My cousin, like, we lost everybody.
I'm pretty positive.
My cousin just didn't have a shirt on.
I almost got into a fight there, too, in the bathroom. I'm serious.
Why? Over what?
This girl was out of her mind drunk. Like, everybody there was just so unbelievably drunk. And she was just being ratchet and rude. And you know my temper back then. And I could not find your sister for the life of me, so I had no backup.
My sister was there?
Yes, yes, your sister was there. She was the one that was, like, inviting us there. And her best friend was there.
Oh, yeah. Victor was there, just happened to be there.
Yeah.
My cousin.
We ran into
my cousin just happened to be there.
No shirt. I was like, what are you doing?
Of course.
See, that was fun. That was so much fun. I mean, yeah,
cool.
like
a
girl got an attitude, but like
it was
that's
like
fine.
A concert.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool. Concert, but
like, you know, clubs are like DJ concerts.
Yeah, it's like a DJ, like bam, 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 bam.
What DJ sounds like
that? Was the kind of music.
Not
they were
even
playing.
No,
it wasn't like that. Not like the 80s, like.
You would know.
I don't know.
Nah, but yeah, I just
Run
things are
DMC
different,
shit.
but I get it. Because like, oh my God, bottle service?
Bottle service is
Oh
such a
my
scam, dude.
Goodness.
Oh my God.
When I used to work at Diamond,
Yeah.
and like we would get the VIPs, babe,
Scamming
straight
these
up,
losers,
like
bro.
I could see the invoices of the crates that we would get of the champagne or the bottles, if you will, and it was like such a small percentage of what we would charge. It was
Like if
crazy.
you're a rapper or sell drugs or a professional athlete, yeah, I get it. Get bottle service, whatever. I knew dudes that were just construction workers like me. They were like getting bottle service. I was like, why are you doing that? Why are you
And
doing
it would
that?
be them too. You know what? Like we had a few rappers come in, and like 2 or 3 of them just wanted to be amongst like everybody in the middle. But you would always get these dudes that you could tell were like scraping pennies, girl. I'm talking about like, hey, you got another 20, you got to put some in here too. And like they're all up in VIP, and I'm like, sir, like you do know that you have to tip, right?
Yeah.
They be fronting as the day is long.
I was like, how much for bottle service? They're like, I forgot what they're like charging, like $200 a bottle. I was like,
Yeah, it's crazy. Yes.
like,
Yes.
shit.
And like there's packages, babe. Like we had packages where, you could get like a
Like,
little
yeah, but you get sparklers. I'm like, what?
you get the girls to come out with the sparklers and like the,
I don't care that much.
So, yeah. But you know what? There was one place that I felt like they did the club life immaculately, and I had such a good time, and I've never been to another club like that before. Was Miami. When we went to that club in Miami,
That
and
one
they
was
had
cool.
the dancers, like the ones with the feathers and
It
stuff.
was like everything was like glow in the dark. And
Yes,
shit, right?
everything-
It was like a
yes.
jungle theme or something
Yes,
like that, right? Like
yeah.
Amazon rainforest kind of theme.
Oh, it was so
That was cool.
electric. It was so much fun.
And there was a lot of room. Like there was a lot of space.
Yeah, like there was different places
Like, you
to
could sit
sit
down,
and like
chill.
yeah.
It wasn't like maybe that was my problem. The
On your
clubs I
feet.
went to were just very ghetto.
On
bro.
your feet.
And like,
Or they would just have the high top tables with no chairs, so you can just like
Yeah.
lean on them.
yep, I remember those.
Yeah. But I think the last time that I've been to
Didn't
like
we go to one in Vegas?
a club,
When we went for your 21st birthday? We went to
yes,
one.
we went to Tao
Is that the one
with
we
your
went to?
sister. Yeah, we went to Tao.
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
right.
I wanted to go there because Kim Kardashian had talked about
Yeah. That one was cool.
that one. It wasn't as amazing as I thought it would be.
It was a club.
It was.
It was like nice. Like the
was
club
meh.
was nice,
Yeah, but talk about expensive. Do you remember
Oh, yeah.
how expensive
Vegas
those
is
drinks
stupid,
were?
yeah. Vegas is out of control.
We did not stay there that long because, girl.
$25 for like a mixed drink.
Yeah, just a regular, and just
30
forget about
bucks. I'm like,
VIP or bottle service. My goodness, that was crazy. Crazy.
I don't know, man. Even if I was like filthy rich, I still don't think I would like live that way. Like,
You
I
think
still
that,
don't
but
think
like I
would.
feel like some people just it's also about the crowd that you run with. You know what I mean? And
That's
like
true.
keeping up appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
Make
But-
sure people are comfortable.
Yes, yeah, I don't think I'd care.
But I mean, it is a lot. There are always there's better ways to do that if you're just like trying to go out and get drunk with your friends. Like, girl, I remember my mother-in-law when we were going to Vegas that year, she was like, y'all better stop at the liquor store and get you a bag of ice or two, fill up your sink with that shit and put your drinks in there. Don't you touch that mini bar and don't be going down there and spending all that
Maybe
money.
that's why I'm that way then.
Yo,
That's the woman that
if
raised me.
Yes,
That makes sense.
She is fiscally responsible, that woman. And I was like, you know what? And I,
was like,
always
shit, you
have
already know.
the best time when we vacation with her because she will
Nah,
do
she
it.
wild. She knows how to party.
She will find a way to party.
She knows how to party, man.
like in a responsible
Which
way.
is funny because my sister, who's like her biological daughter, not like that at all. Just not that way at all. No.
When we get together,
She's not like her mom.
no,
She's not like that at all.
No, she's not. But she does know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
I can get my
she'll drink.
sister-in-law a little loose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But nah, she knows how to get down, man. Like if we want to go, like remember, like when we would party, we'd party like with her and my dad for like
Yeah.
a long time.
Dude, your parents can party until the day is long. You hear me? Like to the end of the night, like, and then be up at the crack of dawn in the morning,
I come
ready
from-
to get at it.
I come from a long line of partiers, man. even my mom, like my biological mom, partier, bro.
Yeah.
She was a partier. Me, not so much. My dad, parties ass off.
Oh, yeah. Your dad's a lot of fun.
My Uncle Jake, parties
Oh,
ass
yeah.
off.
Oh, my God.
Chris,
Your uncles are so fun.
My Auntie Sarah, probably more like my Auntie Sarah. We're like...
Yeah. She'll leave at a decent time.
Time for me to go home.
Before I know it, she's saying bye.
Oh, you just got here.
Your other auntie though, ooh, she could party too.
Oh yeah,
girl. When I would go with his family to the cabin, let me tell you something. I would barely remember the weekend. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, if you're like still awake and my Auntie Jen's awake, you gotta be like, I think we should go to bed.
And it was so much fun because like they were just so fun. Like they were the ones where we were all getting drunk and driving golf carts in the middle of the night down gravelous roads, like
Wyoming.
just dirt roads in Wyoming in the middle of nowhere. And
dark.
we were just like bouncing on this car going nowhere.
I was like, this is crazy.
We've had some crazy
like, try
nights.
to go to the lake and shit.
Yeah.
People are swimming. I'm like, I wouldn't do that. Would not do that. My water's cold.
Now, my mom used to have a good ass time. My mom, well, also she was a performer, but she was like, she loved clubbing. And my tia would go with her sisters, and then my tío, like all of them, my grandma would go out there. Like they would literally have like family coming out there. Everybody would be out there. I got pictures of them when they were super. I don't know who the hell was watching us, but they would all be out there.
Trust me, TV watched me many nights.
Many a night.
Me and my sister, we.
But they had a good time. And like I would see my mom with her cousins, and like I remember one time it was for my tia's bachelorette party, and they were leaving from our house, and my mom and her cousin got into it in our front yard because her cousin forgot her ID. And my mom was like, "You're so stupid. Why would you do that?" Like, and they had to leave her. My mom was like, "I'm not waiting for you," and they for real left her.
Hey, party don't stop,
so,
man.
You know what? You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
Nah, party don't stop.
And like, oh my God, if like San Antonio, babe, I have to take you to San Antonio to the Riverwalk to like Fiesta weekend.
That'd be cool.
Oh my God, my mom got down with the get down over there, and it always sounded like such a good time. And then my brother grew up and did the same thing, and he was like, "Oh my God, it's so much fucking fun! Like, there's nothing like it." And I've never had the chance to do that.
I feel like those smaller like Texas cities are like that too, where it's like really fun because even El Paso's like that.
Really?
Yeah, they have like this cool like performance and stuff. Like
they always have like street bands and like live music, really good food, like the patio restaurants that are facing the Riverwalk. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
So much fun. You get to like bar hop. Like my mom used to be out there, and then they have like these hotels that overlook. It almost gives like a New Orleans vibe.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
With the way that they built the hotels down there. So it was just a really good vibe.
Probably like right on that river.
Yeah. And like where the windows are like facing each other. You got like patios that are overlooking, you know what I mean? So it's like everybody is real condensed, and the party is just always right there type thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It was super fun. It was so fun.
I don't know. I like Texas. Every time I go to Texas, I've always had a good time.
Yeah. I missed the state fair, even though like that person got all crazy over there.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, like that is not the first time that has happened. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. When I was a kid, like we would hear gunshots, you know, I'm not gonna say frequently, but we did when I was a kid. I remember that happening. Just imagine
like somebody like Yosemite Sam, like, yeah.
How dare you? That's how we settle our disputes. No,
when you guys get mad, you guys just shoot the bullets on the floor and get taller.
What errors? Oh, hey, speaking of like when we were kids, there's like this, I saw this other podcast, you know, I be cheating a little bit watching other podcasts. And they talked about like what was the sound of your year, the most popular song on the year that you were born. So I looked it up for us.
Oh.
Do you want to hear yours?
Was it MC Hammer?
No.
Who was it?
Okay, so David is a 1989 baby. Okay, I want you to, because my speaker's broken, take this out. But I want you to look this up and then play it. Okay.
I can't play it copyright bed.
Oh. Well.
Just tell me the song.
I'll tell you the song. If You Don't Know Me By Now by Simply Red.
Is it the If You Don't Know Me By Now? Nah. When I was born?
Yeah, 1989.
Dang.
That was the most popular song in 1989. Isn't that so sweet?
Not what I expected. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Hold on. Don't tell me yours. Was it Naughty by Nature? I don't know.
No.
What was it?
Jump by Crisscross.
Nuh-uh.
Jump. Everybody. I feel like that is so indicative of like our personalities, the songs that were popular in the years that we were born. I was born in 1992, by the way.
True, romantic, and then just somebody who wears their clothes backwards. Yep.
That has a good time, okay? That knows how to rock it.
Because when I'm inside out, it's wiggity, 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 whack. Oh, yeah, one of them died. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
Yeah.
I think he was like, nah, he's older than me. Still pretty young, though.
That's sad. Thanks for killing the vibe.
Again. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Man, Jermaine Dupri had a good run with like kid rappers.
What?
Yeah, Jermaine Dupri.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy behind Crisscross.
Oh, yeah.
And then behind Bow Wow. And
Was it Lil Romeo?
no, that was
Little
Master
Romeo.
P.
Oh, yeah, that was Master P.
That's
Duh.
literally his dad.
I just said duh. Okay, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But yeah, that's what it was popular in the years that we were born.
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
If you don't know me by now.
Yep.
I was hoping to be something like cooler.
I think that's perfect.
It's a good song. Don't get me
It's a
wrong,
great
but
song.
It's like,
I'm sorry it can't be as cool as mine, but you know, not everybody is.
yours was literally a gimmick. It's very gimmicky.
It's the culture.
Children rappers wearing their clothes backwards.
Trend setters.
Nobody did that after that.
Yes, they did.
Not very long. Remember throwback jerseys used to be the shit? That was a good era, man. That was a good era. Throwback jerseys.
What was your favorite era, old man?
My favorite era.
Yeah.
Probably I'll say the like late 90s, early 2000s. Probably.
Shut up. That's what I was gonna say.
Probably like 96 to like 2006. Probably like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would agree.
Like
yeah.
I feel like even everything that gets created now is like trying to recapture that era.
Preach.
But I feel like the movies are great. The video games are great.
The music videos, the music, the artists.
People took pride in music videos.
Yes.
The video games they took pride in making
like the
them.
live events for like in New York City, and like when like New Year's Eve was always fucking popping because like it was a whole ass crazy concert every
like
time.
Movies, like you had a different variety of movies. Like you had great comedies. You had just
like a lot
more
of actors
movies.
were in their prime at that time too, man.
Saturday Night Live was good. I felt like that's when they had like Tina Fey, Will Ferrell, Tim Meadows was great. They had Maya Rudolph, Amy Poehler. Man, that was a good ass lineup of Saturday Night Live back then. And like you had Mad TV. The cartoons were good. Simpsons. You had Family Guy that was like kind of coming out at that time.
You just had to be there. You just had to be there.
You know, you had
like our cartoons were way better too, like Nickelodeon and like our Disney.
Yeah,
man, our Disney Channel was popping.
I feel like Julian got some good cartoons.
He did, he did.
Like Regular Show, Chowder, Gumball. He had some good cartoons. But
wait, was it Uncle Grandpa?
Yeah, that one was weird.
Yeah, and
then but yeah, I would say probably mid 90s to mid to late 90s. Music was good. Eminem came out at that time, which
God, yes.
Like nobody had ever heard anything like that before. Yeah, like DMX.
And he
Jay-Z
was just
coming
so,
out at that time.
he came out, just did not give a fuck. I had never, my brother was so obsessed with Eminem, so I became obsessed with him.
Yeah.
And he was the one artist that I really followed his music and all of his albums and all of his drops and his movie. And like his brain is insane. You hear me?
Oh, yeah.
And it was he was in his prime at that time, and he would just come out with the craziest shit in the media. He would just say some off the wall shit.
That was brilliant, man.
He would come at people's throats.
Dr. Dre Chronic 2001 came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just had like, there was like,
Them's was the days.
like white people made cool music back then. Yeah, like Fall Out Boy and like
we had like Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne.
We had like really good
Blink-182
pop and rock and
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park.
Like you just had all kinds of cool shit, different shit that was out. That was the thing. Like there was something for everybody. Like there was such. This is what I try to tell Julian, because Julian, like, you know, he listens to rap, and I'm like, you know, it's crazy. Like all the rap now, it all sounds the same. Where when back then, like there used to be so many different subgenres of rap. Like you have like Houston rap, or you have, you know, Atlanta, West Coast, that all had like their distinct
own
sound that was different.
Yeah.
Like even though I didn't really listen to all of them or like all of them, like there was some that I did enjoy, but it was cool that every region kind of pretty much just had like its own unique sound.
It had like its own cadence.
Whereas
as long
now,
as you heard that, you could kind of tell where it came from.
Yeah, if you listen to like E40 or something, you're like, oh yeah, this guy's from the Bay for sure. Or like you listen to like UGK, you're like, this sounds like Texas all day. You know, but that was the cool part about it. Like it just all had its unique sound, but now it's like all just kind of muddled into one sound, and I feel like that part's kind of sad. Like the creativity, like the uniqueness of it.
Did you see that the Beatles dropped a new song using AI?
No, thank you.
Did you hear about that? I didn't get to listen to it, so don't.
I didn't listen to
ask
it. Ask
me for my opinion.
But I never. Do you listen to the Beatles ever? Or like, did you ever like them?
I tried to when I was a kid. It just wasn't for me.
I didn't.
It just
listen
wasn't.
To them, no,
it wasn't for me.
I think.
But my grandma loved the Beatles.
Growing up, it would be like low rider oldies. You know.
Yeah.
That was the shit that I really liked.
You know, Julian's more into R&B now. He's leaning more that way.
R&B was really good back then too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get
me
to.
Too.
They don't make R&B like that.
I love R&B. That was like my favorite genre of all time.
Like, man, when I was younger, R&B used to be good. Like, used to be soulful. It was just like passionate and just emotional.
God. Your
and raw.
whole heart left in that studio. You hear me? You could feel it. You could feel it through the
man.
music.
Just the love.
You got Babyface.
You know.
You got who else?
Keith Sweat. You had Usher.
Keith Sweat. You had
you had all these great singers.
New Edition.
The women.
You had
great, like Brandy.
Yes.
And like that R&B, like I listen to like R&B on my way to school. By the time I get to school,
Tony Braxton,
like I would be pregnant. You know what I mean? Like that's good music.
And it just really gave you like a sense of like you could just imagine how intense love is just by.
And you listen to R&B now, you just get a cocaine addiction. You know.
Summer Walker did a few. She did her thing on a few things. I really like Summer Walker a lot.
Enough. They don't play R&B or like on the radio or nothing.
No, yeah, that's true. I
mean, I always have that shit on the radio.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
It's good times, man. Y'all just remember to have fun.
I know. I probably sound like old geezers right now.
I know, but like, this is what we're talking about. It's just it's a new age, and we're all trying to figure out like, okay, what's next? Like, what do you guys? I'm excited to see what this new generation brings to the forefront musically, creatively. Different ways to communicate and spend time.
I was reading this article about the differences between Gen Z's sense of humor and like millennials' sense of humor.
Yeah.
And this article was clearly written by a millennial because like they did not understand the Gen Z humor at all because they're like, it's just random. And keep in mind, like this is the same generation, the millennials, that would do like the stupid e-cards. You remember that shit? God, I hated the fucking, oh my God. Gen Z by far is way funnier.
Oh, I agree.
Than millennials.
Oh my God, I agree.
Their
And I
sense of
love
humor
their
is
terms. I love their sayings.
It's so sophisticated. They're like, it's just like one big inside joke. And I'm like, that's what makes it so great. It's like just this one big universal inside joke. And then like it just layers on. Like their memes are hilarious. Like they just
their
layer
memes are so fucking
inside
good.
joke on inside joke. And they just layer it and layer it and layer it to the point where like you got to know all this background of each layer in order to get like the meme. And I just think it's funny.
And ask me if I'll go down that deep hole. Yes, I will to figure it out.
Millennial sense of humor, top notch. It's very, very sophisticated.
You mean Gen Z?
Gen Z. What'd I say?
Millennial.
No, millennials. No, stupid. I hate. And I'm a millennial, but
Yo, there was this girl, y'all, that was was like traveling with her family and her friends or whatever, and they were like bar hopping. And every time, like, they went outside, and this girl was like, "Oh, do you guys want me to take a picture of y'all?" And it was a younger girl. And everybody, all of the people that she was taking a picture of were all millennials. And guess what they did? They did the hands on the hips and, whatever. And she goes, you guys are kind of giving nothing. Can y'all like move around or something? And they were like, you know how we do. Like, we don't know what the fuck to do. We're just like, we consistently, like when you took that picture at the Broncos game, you for us said, I don't know. Yeah. Like, that was always my shit.
It's classic. It's classic, bro.
And she for us said, y'all are giving nothing.
Hey,
I'd be like, and that's factual. That's true.
I mean, in terms of like social media years, I mean, fucking dinosaurs.
No, straight up. Yeah, we're a part of the prehistoric age.
But it's crazy because it's not like our parents who did not grow up with social media at all. Mm-hmm. We're like the first generation of parents that has social media. At the age that our kids are at now. Yeah. Which is a crazy concept. Like Julian, like he's 16 or about to be 16. And it's like, yeah, I remember social media like around that age. Yeah, I remember. I know what that's like. And even him making beats, I feel like I'm just like, man, it feels like just not that long ago I was making beats. Like,
calm down, baby. You got to come to terms.
No, I know, but I'm just like, it's crazy. If you would have told me when I was in high school that one day, like, oh yeah, I'd make a beat with my kid, I'd have been like, that's crazy.
I know. Time goes by so fast. Like, there are some things that I watch. Like the other day, I was watching Charlotte's Web with the babies, and that was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. And it was one of those that I would watch over and over and over and over. Yeah, because it was my mom's favorite, and I was watching it with him, and I was sitting there, and I was like, if you would have fucking told me that I would be sitting here with my little babies, with my kids, watching this movie, and I just thought about my younger self, and it was mind blowing. I was like, how has time just, what the fuck?
I know. Like, I remember one time when Julian was a little kid, he came up to me, he was like, Dad, have you heard of Power Rangers? I was like, have I heard of Power Rangers? Motherfucker, I almost invented Power Rangers, bro.
Okay, well, to be fair, you guys were almost like in the same grade at that time. Okay, down. So like just
calm down.
He's like, there's no way that you know this, and I don't.
There's that. So, have you heard of Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
I was like, motherfucker, I got my collection of Pokemon cards right here.
All holographic. Okay.
Oh man, I had such a big collection of Pokemon cards.
What happened to them?
I got rid of them.
Why?
Do you remember when they came out? They're like, oh yeah, you gotta collect these. Like, these are gonna be worth big money one day. Yeah. And my parents were like, that's stupid. And like, I had a bunch of not Power Ranger, but like Pokemon cards. I was like, hell yeah. And then like, as years go on, I'm like, this shit's dumb. And then like, you get rid of them, and then like 6 years later, people are like, people like, box of Pokemon cards, $3 million. I was like, son of a bitch. The same thing happened to me with Beanie Babies.
Oh, yeah.
I had Beanie Babies because I went to this girl's birthday party when I was a kid. And for some reason, they were like giving out Beanie Babies.
You could just say that you liked Beanie Babies, honey. That's okay. Nobody's going to judge you.
I didn't know about them. They're like, these are okay. I was like, what are these? And like, Beanie Babies and like stuffed animals. And I was like a little kid. And they're like, no, these are going to be worth a lot of money one day. I was like, oh shit, okay, because I don't know why they're like not making them anymore or something. Yeah. So like, these are gonna be worth a lot of money one day, and I was like, cool. So I So I kept them. And then years go on, and you're like, they're going to be worth no money. You throw them away. And I was telling Julian about it one day. And I was like, man, Beanie Babies, man, they're saying like, they're going to be worth a bunch of money. But I don't know about that. I was like, I used to have this one. There was like a zebra. I had like 2 or 3 of these motherfuckers. And then like, he Googled it. He's like, this one? And I was like, yeah, that's it. I was like, how much did that sell him for? He's like, $30,000. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's like I should have held on to it.
Oh my God.
I could have been rich like so many times
in my
life.
What
man.
I feel that way that's going to happen is the $2 bills.
Yeah, that was another thing.
I have a few of them that my grandma gave to me, and she told me to keep them. And I did not believe her. She was like, Mija, one day that's going to be worth a lot of money.
Well, when?
You know what else I almost missed out on? Almost being the key word. Because I felt that same way. It's about Barbies.
Oh, yeah.
And my tia collected them. And her whole closet, y'all, I mean, she's grown. Full of Barbies. And I was constantly moving them things around. And, like, we couldn't open them or anything. She would not let us open them or play with them. So I was like, what are they for? And she was like, I collect them. And I was like, for what? And she was like, they're going to be worth a lot of money. I was like, no, they're not. And then she was like, I'm going to give you the collection because, you know, you're my niece and, like, I love you. And I was like, no, thank you. I literally told my tia, I was like, tia, I love you and everything, but like, I'm not really into Barbies like that. Well, she didn't listen to me, thank God. And to this day, she pays for a storage unit that holds all of her Barbies that she still has in her collection. And I mean, it's hundreds. And guess who's going to get it? She said.
How much are Barbies worth?
It depends. It depends on the year that they were made, the collections they're part of. I mean, she had like a few of like in the wedding collection. There was like a gem collection where they just dressed them in like gem colors, like the royal blue and the emerald green and the ruby. She has like some of those and stuff. Like,
no shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I got nothing like that.
But it takes time. It takes patience and commitment and dedication to do something.
I think if there's like one thing I would collect, it would be like sports memorabilia. I'd be really into that, I think. You
know, like if you were to start now, or like if you were to get something, if you would have gone to like the Super Bowl for when like the Broncos won.
Oh, I got like some of the confetti.
Or something like that. Yeah, or like, you know, an original jacket from that venue.
I wanted one of those jackets, man. Like the ones they had in the Super Bowl, like show or whatever. My dad got one.
Oh, yeah. Like stuff like that. If you started it now and passed it down to the kids and then their grandkids, that shit would be worth a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know? Or like now, I mean, even VCRs and like older technology is so expensive now. There are certain things in my childhood, like what it was recorded on, that I can't even see because, like, I can't watch it because I don't have.
There's a big market. I think there will always be like a big market for like vintage technology.
Yes.
Or there's like these hipsters that just want to like. That's why I'm pretty sure we still have the PlayStation 4, right?
I think so.
Because there's gonna be one day where like that's gonna be considered like nostalgic and like antique and shit, and like
the Nintendo 64, man.
You know, and it's like pretty good shape.
Yeah.
You know, like the Xbox 360, probably the same thing. We still have that.
Or the original PlayStation, you remember that one?
Yeah, that one's. There's a big like PlayStation 2. There's like a big market, or like Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
And I used to have a Super Nintendo.
We just threw it out.
I was like, this
like
old piece of shit.
Like idiots.
My sister had it for a while, and I remember I was like, hey, do you still have that Super Nintendo? She's like, no, I got rid of it. I was like, stupid bitch. I'm just kidding.
You know what I still have? I still have my iPod Nano from high school.
You do.
It is a bit beat up, a little bit on the edges, but she still works. And I even got the charger for it and everything. The long one. You remember the long one?
Yeah. The 32-pin charger. I'm glad they went to USB-C. It's about time.
Yeah.
There's no need for any other USB. Just USB-C. Everything should just be USB-C.
And with that, you guys, we are going to go ahead and let y'all go before we go down the nerdy road. But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank y'all so much for coming to chill with us on this fine Monday to start your week off right. Don't forget to follow us on our socials as per usual. You can see some background stuff, and David be putting clips on there, or he better be, at the HISxHERS pod. And you can follow me across my platforms at the Nikki Glamour. And you can, of course, find David for any of his comedy shows and stuff like that, behind the scenes footage of him with what he does. He's going tomorrow night and Friday, so it should be a great week. You can follow him at I'm David Cisneros for a little bit more on the side. But we love y'all so much. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out.